Hello, my viewers. My name is Riz Kagema. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, we are going to talk about red flags in a relationship. And before even I define what are the red flags, I want to tell you a short story. There's a place I used to stay sometimes back, and we had a neighbor. And one day, and they were newly married couple. One day, we had some commotion, and we went to inquire what was happening in the house. And when some of us went there, we thought the woman was crying because she has been beaten by the husband. Being a new wed couple, we could not understand why the difference is. But when we tried to inquire, the lady told us that she had cooked some food, but unfortunately the food was a bit salty. And when she served the husband, instead of saying that the food is a bit salty or to be cooked for another meal, he decided to throw the food at the lady and added some beating. So when we another day we talked to that lady and I tried to inquire about what was their relationship when they were dating. And the lady admitted that when they were dating, when the man used to get annoyed, he used to pick some utensils and throw them and hit the wall. And I asked her, did you ask him about that habit? He said, you should. He always used to say that he has done so and so, or he has done this and that because the lady had annoyed him. He always prayed a victim. So when you're talking about flags, we are talking about the warnings or signs that we see in a relationship, which means that the relationship is unhealthy. They're the small things we see, but we tend to ignore them because people say that love is blind. So we enter into relationship blindly. We are so much blinded by love, we do not want to think or see the reality. We tend to disconnect ourselves with the reality. We have to accept we are relationship. We are social animals, and when we are in a relationship, it gives us some fulfillment. It adds more happiness in our life. We feel a sense of belonging. We feel like we are connected to another human being. But most of us, we are in toxic relationships. They are red flags we see, but we tend to ignore. And that's why I advise each and every person when you enter into any relationship, kindly go with your heart, go with your brain. Because sometimes we get into relationship with the heart, what our heart are feel or what our heart is feeling, but we ignore what is the reality. What is the reality happening at the ground? So when you're talking about red flags, you need to identify them early because if you do not identify them early, what happens? They become more and they happen more frequently. If a man was hitting you once in a week, if you don't talk about it and solve that problem, he'll be now beating you 2 slaps in a week. Then it goes there to more domestic violence abuses. So it is very important for all of us who are in relationships to identify these red flags. And I want to outline some of these red flags because you may be experiencing them, but you do not know they are red flags. And the first one is control of a controlling behavior, either a husband or a wife, a boyfriend or a girlfriend. You realize there are some people who want to control everything about you. They want to control your decisions. They want to control your movement. They want to control your friends. They want to control the places you go. And then even your family members, they tell you should not talk with your family members. So when you realize that your partner is over controlling, know that is a red flag. And the end of the day, this will not end up well because if they want to control your decisions and maybe you'll realize one day you do not want your decisions to be controlled, there'll be conflict between you people. So when you find your partner is over controlling, he has over controlling behavior, you must tell him when you're leaving for work, you must tell him when you arrive home, you must tell him where you have been, you must tell him or her the people you have talked to. That is over controlling behavior, and that is a red sign, a red flag. Another thing is jealousy. You find that your partner is so jealous of yourself. You cannot take to your neighbor. If you're a man, you cannot talk to a neighbor, a lady. If you're a lady, you cannot even greet a man on the street because your man or your wife is so jealous of you. She does not want you talking to another man or to another woman. That is a red flag. Because most of these people, because of the jealousy they have within themselves, in case they find that you keep on talking of the opposite partners, they can even kill you because of that. So when you find your man or your lady is so jealous, he has to know everything about you, who have talked to, and even stop you to talk to some people. That is a red flag, and you must also work on that. Another thing, they put you down. You know, there is nothing bad in this life like your partner putting you down. They even abuses you with your family members. You hear a man telling a lady, well, it's not for me. I don't even think you people could be alive by now. You could be dead because you come from poor places. A woman will tell a man, if I didn't get married to you, if I didn't love you back, you could be nobody. You could not be respected by the fellow men. No. The moment your partner start putting you down, start intimidating you, that is a red flag. He does not or she does not care about you. He has that controlling. And the only time that he can able or she can able to control you well is by pressing you, putting you down, showing you are nobody, showing you are nothing without them. They even tell you are lucky that I agreed to marry you. You are lucky I agreed to get married to you because no one could have liked you. So it is important to know any person who puts you down, that is a red flag. Another thing, some of these people, they are very rude to the surface people. You go to a hotel, you are served by the waiter or waitress, and these people, because of a small mistake of the people serving them, they'll abuse them. They say, I want to see the manager. Something so small. They make it look so big. They magnify everything. The same way that person is treating the service people, it is the same way he or she will treat you at home. So take note of that. Another thing, they constantly fight. They fight with their friends, they fight with colleagues, they fight with neighbors, they fight with family members. The same way they are fighting with their family members, with the time, they'll also start doing the same to you. They'll start fighting with you. You know, there are people who just like trouble. They are troublemakers. They cannot associate well with the workers. They cannot associate well with the family members. They are always looking for trouble. And any trouble means fighting. There he is fighting, there she is fighting, the same way. He will start fighting you at home. He will start fighting you at home. So make notice of that. Others, they do not trust. They lack trust to their partners. They don't trust their partner with their decisions. They don't trust their partners with where they go. They do not trust anything. So when you realize your partner does not trust you, that is a red flag. Because they will always conflict based on trust issues. Because what the business do you have with the person who does not trust you? If you go to the market, he has his own thoughts. Why have you gone to the market? So trust issues. Your partner has trust issues. Those are red flags. Another thing, physical, emotional, mental abuse. The moment your partner starts hitting you, that's a red flag. It's going to be more escalate. The moment your partner starts giving you cold war, that's a red flag. The moment the person who is your partner start abusing you mentally, that is a red flag, and you should take notice of that. The other thing is substance abuse. You're dating a person, You're having an even general relationship with the person, and that person is abusing drugs, is abusing alcohol. That person, you will not have a future together. There will be no future. You have seen our people, how they have done. They have taken alcohol, they have taken this, that generation alcohol. They wake up in the morning, they take their beer, they sleep. They take all sort of drugs, marijuana, cocaine, heroin, all those. Our generation is lost. And because these drugs are very expensive, so if a man gets or a lady gets money, instead of thinking about the future, they are thinking about the satisfaction of the addiction they have. So that's another red flag. But even ask you, when you're dating a lady who is drinking more than you are drinking, how do you think you're able to build a family that lady? You go to a club, the lady is taking more. It's not of a well, it's okay. You can take whatever you want to take, but tell me, what is your future as a mother? What is your future as a wife? What is your future as a husband? That you cannot even able to do something in the morning before you abuse the drugs, before you abuse the alcohol. Do you have a future? A probability. There's so many families have broken because of drug abuse. Men are no longer able to perform their duties. They cannot be the head of families. They have become like nobody. And even they are running away from their homes. So if you find your partner is abusing drugs, is abusing alcohol, that is a red flag. And that shows a probability there will be no future. Another thing, narcissism. There are these people who are narcissists. They want a world above allowed them. They think they're the most important people in this world. If it's not them, it's not happening. It's not them talking, you are talking nothing. And most of these people, what they do, they prey victims. They come abuse you, they gaslight you, they do anything they want to do to you. When you complain, they pray like the victims. They always be telling you, I did this because you did this. They are for controlling. They want to be the bosses around your life. They do not want you to think on your own. They want you to obey their orders. They want to manipulate you. They want to even to discourage you. They even want to disassociate yourself with your family members. They even want to hate your neighbor. You hate yourself. Those are the narcissists. So the moment you realize there's somebody who is going to that direction, and at the end of the day, that person is playing a victim, that's a red flag. Another red flag is lack of emotional intelligence. Due to a small misunderstanding, you find that your partner cannot talk to you for 2 or 3 days, a month, and even years. That I'll never talk to you until a year is done. How will you survive with somebody in the same house? You're not talking to each other. That's a torture. It's a mental torture. That's a cold war. We are no longer in the face of cold war. We like dialogue. We like open communication with active listening. So in case the person has done something to you, and instead of bringing the whatever you have done to each other to the table and discuss and find a solution, this person has just decided to keep quiet for you for 3 months, for whichever period. And women are good at this. That's a red flag. You're going nowhere. You live a miserable life because I expect we look partners for companionship. But if this person you cannot relate with, where is the future? Where is the happiness? Where is the joy of being together? There is nothing like that. So, kindly, these are some of the red flags we should take notice of them. And you realize most of these things will affect you greatly, your well being. The others will like intimidating. You're nobody. You don't own anything. If today walk out of your life, you'll be nobody. You'll go back to the village. Who said the village is, those people are saying the village is a living and miserable life. I look for a job. That business you're doing, it is because of me. They intimidate you. And they do this so that they can able to manipulate you. So those people intimidate you. Those people who want always to think that the bosses, they can manage you. Those are red flags. Others, they cannot able to manage their anger. They can do anything. Small misunderstanding, physical violence. Domestic violence is happening for both, is happening to the both gender, male and the female. These are red flags. And you know, a man will not just wake up in the morning or a lady and hit you. It just started somewhere. It's only that you're so braided by love, you did not see those red flags. So these are some of the red flags we have in a relationship. And when you're in a relationship full of red flags, one, you'll hate yourself. Another thing, your self-confidence will go down, your self-esteem, you not believe in yourself, and you're not able to live your life to their full potential. Next video, I'll talk about how to deal now with the red flags, because now we have identified some of the red flags we have seen. We have talked about intimidation, we have talked about gaslighting, we have talked about abuses, we have talked about over controlling, we have talked about the jealousy, we have talked all this. Now next time, we want to see now what can we do after realizing that there are red flags in the relationship we are in. And you know the problem is when you're braided by love, even when somebody tell you things are going wrong, a probability you will not agree with that. And that's why I always insist self-awareness and self-care. Because when you know whom you are, what you believe in, what are your beliefs, anything which is coming to your life and try to manipulate you, trying to change you, you'll be the first one and very fast to be able to notice it. But the moment you don't believe in yourself, you don't have the self-confidence, you don't love yourself, you don't take care of yourself. When someone else telling you negative things about you, you try to believe them. So let's love ourselves. Let's take care of ourselves so that we can live our life to their full potential. Thank you for watching my video. Kindly click on notification bell for more videos. Thank you.